Oh, hello, Elisa Teach out here. I have some final thoughts on autonomy as our third thing that's necessary to have the most meaningful motivation. Autonomy means that you chose this for yourself. So I've told my story a few times now about growing up and not being super motivated to practice. One thing I remember, and I loved my piano teacher, and I love her to this day. And she wasn't perfect, and I know I'm not perfect either. But one thing that I think was not good was that I was really interested in playing Disney music and David Lawn's, music that I liked. And I remember bringing some music to my teacher, and she was very dismissive about it. Like, oh, learn that on your own time. I hate New Age. I don't like that music. We're not going to work on that here. And I remember that being really demotivating because I wanted to play music that I connected with. And the final clincher was I was playing going to play for this annual music contest at high school, and my teacher chose this piece for me to play, and I just wasn't excited about that particular piece. And I'm sure it was a great piece, but I just wasn't excited about it, and I didn't think it would win. And I actually quit piano lessons at that point. Um, and I sort of started kind of gearing more towards percussion because I felt like I had chosen percussion. It gave me ownership over it. And actually, once I quit piano lessons with my particular teacher, I actually practiced more because I got to pick the music that I wanted to play. And, in some ways, I do regret quitting lessons because I know that I would have learned a lot more, a lot faster. But in some ways, I'm glad I quit because it kind of helped me to make my own decisions about what my own identity as a musician. So I'm definitely not encouraging you or your child to quit lessons, but I am encouraging them to have ownership and be able to make their own choices about what kind of music they want to play, when they want to play, how they want to play, what they want to play. That's really important because the second that you're like, you will do this and you will do it like, it's the second you're making all of the decisions for your child, there's just no motivation in that. There's no personal choice. So we definitely want to give students as much choice as they can to keep them excited about lessons and to keep continuing their growth and to give them that autonomy. So that's a little bit about my story in regards to autonomy and why I quit piano lessons when I was in high school. And I started them up again in college. And, I of course I'm taking snare drum lessons, and, my story, I have a master's degree in percussion performance. So the end of piano lessons with that teacher was not the end of my musical journey, but it was the end of that chapter. And the biggest part of that, looking back on it, was because my teacher didn't really give me autonomy. And like I said, I love her and I'm so grateful to her for so many things. But that's one lesson I learned that I don't want to do as a teacher is, delegate to my students and not encourage them to do whatever kind of music it is that they're passionate about. So I hope that that is helpful, a little insight into my own story as a student and then now as a teacher. If you have any questions or feedback, I'd love to hear from you. And in the meantime, I'll hope to see you in the next video. Take care.